Okay, I believe that we are live. Yes, we are live. I believe we are on Fastest Book. We are on the tweeters. We are on the tube, and we are on time. And if you say I'm not on time, please watch the last video. And if that is just way too much for you, let me cut straight to the chase or to the nookings. If you say I'm late, you're racist. Okay. All right. So, on this evening, what we're going to be talking about in episode 7, because my numbers have been absolutely misconstrued from these previous endeavors of these videos. So, I decided to make sure that I was in alignment with what I was doing. Lord and behold, there we go. That's not a better words. I found or discovered, as Christopher Columbus discovered America, that the obviousness is, changing a few settings and durations. So I just wanted to make sure, as my good friend Todd Fleming has stated on if you cannot learn financial favor after this, then I have nothing else channel. Please go check out his channel at Todd Fleming. This is the I Am Urban Malachi-RESEAN show and evimeriaexpresshomes. And I want to discuss a little bit about why my titling today, after jumping through my hurdles of configuring out why my titlings were being misconstrued. It's just simply, it's in the settings. So inside the settings, we're going to be configuring today inside of our cold calling challenge and seeing how we can audit ourselves in our own businesses. And even if you guys aren't doing cold calling as far as in just real estate perspective, you could be in the medical field. I've heard some individuals there in the medical field that do cold calling. If you're a door knocker and you just need some kind of key points in how you can continue and close more deals. If you need that one more extra step, we've been talking about this excessively on the past few podcasts, but getting to that next step and getting to that next level of where you want to be in your business. I believe that cold calling even is a satisfactory of just making sure or being sure that you're speaking to other individuals to critique your communication skills. Whatever it has to be, you're cold calling to get the other individual on the same page of currency as you are. And in the means of the terms of the tidings, you are being compensated for whatever is on the ends of the bargain. So in that means and in that manner, we're searching to purchase problems here at Evimeria Express Homes, in which we have the solution for. I believe it was more so of a understanding that when we're getting in touch with these individuals, we're solving their challenge in the means of exchange of ownership or control of their property. So we're going to stick to that. Just because I believe that there's not a real formal means of stating it other than you're solving challenges and you're buying them. So let's find out if we could buy some challenges on this evening. I want to do some housekeeping first and foremost. Thank you all for first and foremost viewing us this evening. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with a friend, someone that you may know they need a house to live in. You may need somebody to sell a home, or pardon me, you may need to know somebody to sell a home, or pardon me, you just want to make some income, or as it's better reference, you want to generate more revenue because there is no income here in America. And I would love to discuss that in a more lateral sense, but we're going to do that on the Ticker Talks where it's more prominent at. So we're going to talk a little bit more about how you could build up your revenue for your retirement. If you're living on Social Security income and you just need to find some more timing to make some earnings, or you have a 401k, and my gosh, my good friend has a video on that too. I'm telling you, he's got this really sharp program, guys. Go and check him out, Todd Fleming on the Todd Fleming Show. And one of the things that I'm hoping that you all are under the impression of is that you can turn your 401k into a business model where you're investing your money and you're not having someone else penny pinch your money. And they're also assurance that they're going to make their nice cojones of a day's worth of pay. So why not invest your own money and take the gamble on yourself? I mean, you are your greatest asset, right? All right, I like you guys' answer. See, thumbs up for you guys. I wonder if I could do it. I did it on the last video, but it seems like it's going to. Nope, not on this one. All right, no worries. we have time to do all the effects when we resonate on the hearts of these homeowners, and we solve their challenge, and we take them out of their financial rut, or we just simply uplift the shoulders off their backs. Now, the titling is of this one is here's how I fired my boss. Well, first of all, you guys know I don't have a boss. And if anybody's fired, I fired myself for being 5 days late on 2 days ago when neither one of you all knew. But I'm here. I'm on time because you guys aren't racist. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys were well aware of what we're doing here. And being so that I fired myself, I'm here and I'm snuck in the back door of evimeriaexpresshomes. And now I'm on the live stream of evimeriaexpresshomes. So it's going to get a little crafty in here. Okay. And by all means, I want to make sure that you guys are okay with that if we get a little bit more interesting here, or if we just get a little bit more creative in our financing here. Because I believe this is something that you all may have, or if you are in real estate, you already know where I'm going with this when we're dealing with pre-foreclosures. These are individuals that you have to have empathy in your heart, first and foremost. And secondly, they're in a positioning where they're not going to just adhere to anybody because they're already getting flooded with tons of calls. They're hearing it from the same almost script base from everybody else. Hi, I'm here, John Blaine, to buy your home, and I can offer you the top dollar cash that you can want for your home, and I can close within 4 days. Bull. Okay? I'm getting monetized. They gonna monetize me. I'm gonna watch my. It pays. Bull. Okay. Bull shenanigans. Bull split. Bull cannon. Bull bang. Bing bow. Straightforward. The reason why I say BS is because you're having these individuals under the impression that you could close one. You're buying their home. And in many cases, you may not be the individual to buy their home. It may not even fit your buying criteria. It may fit your partner's buying criteria. And your partner may come in and close on the deal. And he's going to pay you an assignment fee for solving the challenge of exchanging or conveying the deeds to the individual. And at that point, he can decide to whether or not to pursue and gathering title, furthermore, selling the property. However, whatever that is to be, you are still not the individual who's buying it cash. Okay? You're not buying it cash. So cut the shenanigans, you loser. Keep going to those real meetings as these gurus, not durus, these gurus are telling you, oh yeah, go out and put 1,000 houses on the agreement, and then once you write them up in their agreement, and they're telling you that this is exactly what we're gonna close on your house with, and we're gonna send this over to the escrow title company, and when the title escrow company gets it, we're gonna try to close in 14 days. Yeah. Well, you put them in a 30-day contract. Where's the ethics in that? Nowhere. It's obviously gone AWOL. So without us going AWOL, we're going to properly, procedurally, and state to these individuals exactly what we're going to do. You guys are going to be able to hear it firsthand here at evimeriaexpresshomes, how we do our pre-foreclosures. And I want to ensure that you guys are getting the quality information at peak productivity, that you're properly doing this in the means and the manner that's not going to have you in some sugar honey iced tea, and it ain't going to have you stiffing out another $2,000 to that guru. I'm not knocking the hustle, by all means. They had to learn the education, and they had to learn how to F up. All right, cool. I get that. Y'all make money on somebody else being a sucker. But my people, we in a world full of lollipops. We ain't no suckers over here in evimeriaexpresshomes. So we're going to do this straightforward. We're going to do this in a manner where it's constructual, and we're also going to ensure that we're doing it in a sophisticated manner, but we're going to do it in a layman's terms. Okay, sophisticated, contractual, and in a layman's terms. All right. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and jump into my list. But we're going to do a speed call. I generally put my foreclosures in. If you have already purchased the Evimeria library, thumbs up. You're able to see the portfolio that's inside of there. If you have not and you have wishes to, please feel free to DM me. I think I've learned something over the past couple of days that I want to really start implementing. You guys know me. I'm once I learn something that is fascinating and it creates results, I instantaneously stick and hone into it. So I'm that kind of individual. It's just seemingly so that I'm not being able to pull it up on this chart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap over to my other software, and I'm going to place it for Fastest Book, who is going to be able to see this. Thank you for the heart, whomever is viewing at this time. I am going to place it here. Banners. All right, first and foremost, I want to make sure I have that rocking and rolling for you guys. And I'm going to click on the next banner. And exclusively at. Alrighty, here you are. We are going to click now the show for that. All right, so get access today at the Evimeriax Express Library or the Evimeriax Library exclusively at evimeriaexpresshomes at gmail.com. You guys can, if you guys can see that, let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section, or give me a thumbs up if you guys see this. Comment in the comment section if you're able to see this. I do greatly appreciate if you guys were able to see it. Seeing is believing. So if you guys need access to that, remember we have a plethora of information inside of there that you guys should really check out, from your contractuals, local attorneys, and I'm only subject to Virginia guys. So if you're in another state and you need a hand of finding some individuals, I do have one-on-ones. Please, by all means, subject line one-on-ones, evimeriaexpresshomes at gmail.com. We'll do a one-on-one session with you guys. I do personal one-on-ones with individuals to get their deals done, to walk them through from beginning to from scratch to actually getting a deal completed. And if we do not close a deal within your first 45 days, you get your money back. You can't beat that. You find me somebody out there who's going to give them their money back, 60-day guarantees. At 45, I said, but 60-day guarantees, because I want to ensure that I under-promise and over-deliver, and that's only fair, because you go out there and you find somebody who's going to walk you through a deal, get it closed for you, and make sure that you are profitable, but I'm not doing it for you. You're going to learn to do it, because I'm going to teach you how to fish. And it's better to teach a man how to fish than to hand him the fish. I don't help you by just doing it for you guys. Just as like these phone calls, you don't make any money off of. Super simple. You guys are just paying for my time. You're not paying me to close a deal at all. Promise you. You keep your money if you think I need it. Promise. I do. You're gonna have to give me an asinine large amount of money, sumptuous amount of money, to come and close a deal for you. Just not getting those negotiation skills for the dimes of dozens of time that I spent gathering the knowledge base that I have. So with all those bits, man, I want you guys to check in down here, get the library as soon as possible, ASAP. For now, this is going to be the free content that you guys are getting. I'm going to elaborate more so here in the one-on-one. Yes, you guys get to actually walk, talk, and speak amongst and be able to relay in the terminology with word banks and actualities of what's real here. Not a lot of individuals are promising that kind of stuff because they can't stand on it. They can't stand on it. So let's go ahead and get into what the proceedings this evening are. We are doing our 90-day cold calling and pulling up my calendar. In fact, no, we're gonna go fresh leads today. Calendar was cool. It was fun. I want to show you guys how we really rock and roll through these, but I'm not gonna put any of these in our library as I stated earlier. So what I'm gonna do, our portfolio, pardon me. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my notes here. I like to keep me a nice little scrap piece of paper for these individuals. I like to keep track of who's who. I like to drag, drop, and put them in my calendar as I go by, so that I know I follow up. So the very first things first, we're just going to pull up a random site. Nothing in particular this evening, just so that we can get the ball rolling. Well, the ball's been rolling, but so that we can get the rubber meeting the road. Full of idioms this evening. Wonder if there's some power in there. There's supposed to be some power in there. Let's facilitate this evening, shall we? Let's see. All right, there we go. Auction.com. And we're going to jump into a place where I enjoy being the most, because I have a lot of fun in this area. For whatever reason, I get more fun in this area than a lot of individuals really like to discuss. Just in the same happenstance that individuals fray away from certain locales. Man, there's deals in your backyard, man. You could walk up the street and your neighbor's house is burning up in flames, and you have solved their challenge by giving them a place to sleep at night. You literally you find one means, and you're opening it. You open a door for another individual who's in a rut. So there's power in real estate. It's tangible, it's real. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can move in it, you can live in it. Oh, they got a bid starting for $100. Noise. See, I enjoy this site. I'm gonna show you guys this site only in the library though. Got quite a bit of a buffer on the systems this evening. So my apologies if there's a bit of a lag inside of the broadcasting. I'm hoping that you guys are being able to view this without any restraints or any kind of. So you guys give me some feedback in the comments. Let me know you guys are able to view this. You're able to see this live in person, and this is actually on you guys' screen, because as I see it, my handsome face is still here. But there seems to be like a bit of a lag. So I do appreciate you guys for you're still viewing. There's a lag in it. If you guys see any lags, just let me know, commentary in it, so I can have it diagnosed by the platforms that I use, so that we can get that squared away immediately. Because guys, for me to even get on here with the means that I have thus far, it's got to be perfect for my folks. Like it's got to be to the black and white for my people. If it's not in the black and white for my people, it just simply is hearsay. So. All right, so it seems as though this app just wants me to go to it wants me to go to a completely separate part of Virginia, but I don't even work in that county. And I think that county is just a little bit too small for me. Again, backyard guys, use your backyard. Your backyard's more profitable. You're gonna pass up more deals. You're gonna pass more deals in a life. You're gonna pass more deals today than you will in a lifetime to monetize. So, oh, there we are. And I saw that this was going to be a mockery for a moment, and it actually came true. Now I'm unable to see the actual photos of the properties, and that's something that's quite interesting. Okay, here we go. You won't stop me. Oh no, got to keep on moving. Let's do it. We're gonna try this one here. And that one. It wasn't what we needed. Bear with me just one momentarily, guys. I'm going to get this going for us. Aha. I am a genius! All right, let's do it. Guys, I had to figure it out. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know why we were seeing so much going on this side, but I guess I can kind of like shift everything because of Apple. Tim Cook, you guys are doing a good job over there. I wouldn't know where I would be if I had a Samsung or Android or, gosh, whatever they call those darn microwaves nowadays. Ooh, this one looks good. Okay, well, I guess they didn't want me to do that one because he clicked off of that one, so we're going to go to this one. Okay, as per usual, we're going to shoot for gold. At this point, I'm not an IT tech, but I'm more than certainly that it's possible because I'm running off of 2 web browsers that are both software-driven pulling data. Almost close to certain that's what is going on. So, if you guys don't mind, we're going to do a bit of pivotal in this moment. So the calls that I'm going to do, I was going to jump on the auctions that are coming up, but whatever reasoning, they're not letting me see the full information, and I don't want to give you guys subpar information, especially if these properties are coming up really slow. And I have some other backups leads that I can that have not been called that will be that we can divide or desire into and dive into, and I believe that these would do very, very well for the purpose of this video. Okay. All right. There. Oh, here we got one more. Got quite a few bucks. I enjoy having leads that are due to be called by the team, but when they do land in my lap, I do enjoy to call them myself. So if this one's actually going to get team members, I'm actually going to grab this one. And I'm going to leave them a note and let them know that I did this lead for them. And that we did it on the 11th. Guys, there's a power. I'm telling you, there's a power in team. Many of you fray away from these individuals, but John D. Rockefeller made a profound quote, and he stated in his quote, he said, I would rather earn 1% from 100's efforts rather than 100% of my own. And it's just simply the vision of a team is more, you can acquire and get more done than what you can by yourself. Although this business is very profitable by myself, it's more fun to do it with the team. I enjoy having a team. Being able to wake up and know that I'm changing people's lives on both ends of the field, being able to provide jobs for others, especially if they're overseas too. Their ratio of income as far as it is exceeds here, or far less than it is here. And the entitlement here in America, I tell you, those individuals enjoy showing up to work on time. They're to work in the mornings and and I'm telling you, these are guys and gals. These are guys and gals who are either stay at home interns doing this part time. They have bachelor's degrees. I swear to you, I don't have a single degree other than I'm 100 every time you meet me. That's the only degree that you'll ever get from me. And to be honest with you, these individuals are just looking to make income. So if I'm able to, provide them job security, then I'm also, not just building the economy on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm actually building the economy and assurance that here in America, we have the most prominent homes and luxury expenditure homes, inexpensive homes, most inexpensive homes for reasonable living. So with that being, for us that, guys, you guys want to work with a team. If you want to, there's a saying, if you want to go far, then you want to take a team. But if you want to go fast, go by yourself. So that's just a word for the wise. If you guys want to take it far, take somebody else with you. If you just want to get there quick, go by yourself. In this business, we're going far. I could see this business running another 15 generations without me. Easy. All right, here we go.
Hello, you have reached Dina Critchfield. I'm sorry I cannot.
She answered the phone. All right. You guys remember our five means to creating a lead. This is already one of our leads, but I don't believe we have ever really had a thorough conversation as far as me being able to offer anything, or even she knows who I am. So I'm going to pretty much see where we can go with this one. 5 means before they actually become a qualified lead for us. We call them 3 times, devious triple tap. Then we leave them a voicemail if we don't get if we don't get them on either one of those phone calls. And then what we do is we shoot after the text, after the voicemail. What we do is we send them a gentle text just to let them know who we are, what we're calling them about, just so they can either give us a call back or shoot us a text back and see where their positionings or their status is currently with the property. And again, these are not my pre-foreclosure properties, so they're not meeting a date, so I don't have to send them any kind of like specialty text. I just send them a gentle reminder. And again, that's going to be inside the library as well. And then we send them after we send them a text, we send them a nice gentle flyer in the mail, delivering it to them so that we know that we can that they received it. And then we door knock or door knock. So the 5th one is more of like a toss up, whether we just do a delivery or we just do we just decide to hand deliver it. It's just really how I feel. I just generally be honest with you. I prefer to door knock. I get more responses and returns. I close more deals with being able to be in that position, or we seek to close more deals in that positioning anyhow. So that is our method to our madness, our method to our strategy. Because we're all mad here, but this is real estate, so it's a lot to be joyful for. All right, so let's call this one back.
Hello, you have reached Dina Critchfield. I'm sorry I can't answer your call right now. I am either driving or on another line. Give me a call back. Talk to you later. Bye.
Good evening, Ms. Crutchfield. This is Malachi calling concerns of your property on Emma Street and Newport News, Virginia. I was curious if you were still interested in selling your property, as I'm interested in purchasing your property. I'm buying a few more homes in the Newport News area, and would hope that this would be one of them. If you give me a call back, we could discuss your options. My number is 202-878-3736. Once again, that number is 202-878-3736. It'd be greatly appreciated, and hope to hear from you soon. Take care. All right, guys, kind of like got to give myself a little bit of a pump juice back up, just simply because I did a lot of calls earlier today, and I kind of got a little bit of that midday drag. So I took like a quick little blink, and now we're back in it. So I'm gonna give myself a little pump up. So I give myself a pump up. Try to keep your back away from the back of the seat. Make sure you're sitting upright. Give yourself some shoulder to left. Keep your chin up. And when you got to call on these individuals, you're projecting your voice as you're doing so. So you're able to do so by just keeping your arms up here, dropping them down straight down, or if you want to, you can drop them down beside the table. If you're doing this right now, sit to your table. I'm telling you, it works wonders. And it actually is a really good way if you have a headache. It actually relieves the stress in your neck. Just so you guys know. Just a caveat for you guys who are sitting to the tables doing 10 hours of freaking phone calls from 9 o'clock in the morning and trying to get them done before like late in the evening, and you have to take a break. So always good to find means. We're not granted here at Evimera any breaks, unfortunately. That's not the truth by all means. I'm pretty sure their labor laws, labor code enforcers are like, you do what now? No, we take breaks. I don't. So I take blinkers. That's what I do. I do blinkers. I don't give myself 15s or 30s or 45s on hours. I blink, right? So and then I'm back at it like I didn't just like I didn't just leave my desk. But that's the beauty of working for yourself, working from home. I am going to send that previous individual a text and let her know that I shot her a call, sent her an email. I sent her a phone call, gave her a voicemail. So in my text, I'm going to keep it super simple with her. I'm just going to let her know who I am, what I'm calling about. Again, the text script is inside the Evimera library. If you guys want the library, you know what to do. Read the banner. I think that's what the banner is. Tell me that's what the banner was. I missed the whole banner, didn't I? Did I, guys? I missed the banner. I did. There it is. All right, guys. Make sure you get access to the Evimera library exclusively at evimeriaexpresshomes@gmail.com. And you guys can shoot a nice little message over to me and get you guys squared away. And also same for one-on-ones as well. If you guys seeking a little bit more of a in-depth and need someone to hold your hand along the way in getting your first deal done through completion. Just like that. On to the next one. Keep it super simple here, guys. I really don't want to overcomplicate this at all. Like this should be so easy. Like you should be able to explain this to someone who's 6, and they should be able to get on the phone and be able to explain, hey, look, I'm looking to solve your challenge in exchange for ownership or control of your property, and the most sensible means to an individual who's in a really tough positioning in financial ruts. So it's not a challenge. It's just a matter of doing. That's really where the meetings of the eyes comes to. I want to address a question that I also received via PM private message. I believe it was on Fastest Book or Instagram. Fastest Book, most certainly Fastest Book. Just generally asking how to go about proceeding buyers, how to get started. My first thing I would do from the very first day of getting started, if I was to do this and Malachi was back at his first day starting on real estate, no ownership of properties, just absolutely just dumbfounded, don't know what to do, no money in his pockets, just trying to figure this out and need his next meal. Very first thing is you gotta get yourself some revenue. Get yourself some revenue coming in. You gotta sell some stuff around the house. If you gotta sell some stuff, you gotta sell some stuff some loose things you don't need, some gold clothing, some old Jordans, some old, VCRs. That's where I have my startings at. Keyboards, things like that. I would sell them on eBay, Poshmark, and Macari. Getting it going, get the ball rolling, getting some revenue generating coming in for you. And then once things start taking off, the very first thing you want to do if you want to get serious about doing real estate is go down to the auctions. Go down to where people are buying at. Because if they're spending money, if Mr. J. Joe is down there and he's bidding on $250,000 homes, 4-bed, 2 baths, and the 5. I don't want to keep giving my area codes out. 23663. What's the area code? 236. Yes, 2366336. Hampton zip code. Mr. J. Joe in the Hampton area code. And they're just bidding on $250,000 properties, 4-bed, 2 baths. And you walk up to him, you say, "Hey, Mr. J. Joe, I just noticed you. Just auctioned on or put a bid in on that property, and you won. And you've never seen that property. And now, most times, if they're at the auction, they put down an earnest money deposit, EMD, as its most acronym. They put down an earnest money deposit somewhere around like $5,000, $10,000. Depends on the sale of the property. Depends on the auctioneer as well. And they'll ask for this in cash, cold hard cash, as the dealers would like to say. I don't know what cold hard cash is. My apologies. Federal Reserve notes. They ask for cold hard Federal Reserve notes, and with those Federal Reserve notes, they leave it on hold. They don't even get that back in most cases if they bid on the property. In some cases, they do. Like I said, it all depends really on the auctioneer. But however, you're here to speak to Mr. J. Joe. Mr. J. Joe has just bought this house. You say, "Hey, Mr. J. Joe, I just noticed you purchased a house. You never seen the inside of it. How about I bring you some properties, 4-bedroom, 2 baths, in that 236-336. You guys know Hampton area code now. You should know it better than I do because I just slaughtered it like 3 times. So 236-336 area code, and I'm gonna bring you some properties in that area. 4-bed, 2 baths work for you? Yeah, okay, all right. I want to discuss this a little bit more. What's your schedule like this week? It's a bit busy. How about this? Maybe how about Friday at 12 o'clock? This is literally tomorrow. Friday on July the 12th at 12 o'clock. Would that work for you? Yeah, sure. All right. Well, I will meet you then. You got a good number for you? Guys, if you're really savvy, you bring business cards. Bring a business card. You write it on a piece of paper. Bring some sheets of paper. I'm telling you, bring it all the way down to a science. Bring it down to a science. If you got to write it on a pen pad, hand it over to him. Pen pal, hand it over to him. If he got a beeper, if you still got a beeper, you tell him you're going to send him on a beeper. But however, this is now your individual. You're going to keep main contact with. This individual is buying real estate in the market, sight unseen in many cases, who's putting money down, who could have potentially pay you that, and that could be your $5,000 of a referral fee that you went out and found him in a property where you're saving him time, energy, and money, or time, energy, and efforts for actually getting out there and actually acquiring a property, placing it on an agreement with the seller, and bringing that property to him, and he's gonna cash you out, quote unquote. He's gonna cash you out. You're gonna assign your rights over to the end individual, in which he's going to close on the property that you have brought him. And now, because him closing on that and you assign those rights over, you were compensated for your time. So that is how that works. And this is an individual that you're going to meet up with tomorrow at 12 o'clock sharp. John J. Be there 15 minutes early. If you can be there at best 15 minutes early. Here's why I tell you come early. Pick the scenery. Yeah? Pick the scenery. You get to choose. It's a little premeditated, yes, but your objective is to figure out everything almost about nothing about business. has nothing to do about your real estate. You're going to talk about real estate, yes, but your main objective is to assure you build a rapport with this individual, because if he's trusting you with his earned funds, in which many cases, if he got a loan, funds that he had access to, and he's providing them to you, you want to make sure that you deliver on those fundings that he's providing you, so that when you are closing, you guys build a rapport so good that you guys don't even need agreements. You sign the paperwork, you send it over to him, you never even had anything to do with the deal. He sends you cuts you a check before it even gets in the title company. Super simple, guys. Keep it super simple. It's a real people. These are real individuals. I detest individuals going up to others and sounding like freaking robots. It's insane. People will go before another human being. Hi, my name is John Joe, or hi, my name is Sally Sue, and I'm going to bring you some property that. No. So let's get into the next call, guys. That is how I go about getting my buyers. Okay, here is a lead I have found that will be a foreclosure lead. Potential. Not sure if they're still in, but we're gonna find out. Here we go.
Thank you for calling AmeriCard.
Speak to Mr. Cofield.
Speaking.
Hey, how's it going, Mr. Cofield? This is Malachi with evimeriaexpresshomes. How you doing today?
With who?
evimeriaexpresshomes.
Uh-huh.
I was curious, do you still own the property on Victoria Boulevard?
Yes, it's under contract right now.
It's under contract. Okay. And how long you been under contract?
Last week.
Last week? Okay. You having any good promises with those? Are you having any promising sales with that?
I don't know yet.
Okay. All right.
I have a firm that's handling that yet.
All right. Well, no worries.
Okay.
Not here to step on your toes, but if anything changes, you give me a call back.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
All right, thanks.
Welcome. All right. He's got a realtor. Let the realtor make the money. I can partner with the realtor. I can call the house. I can call where the house is listed at. Call up the realtor. Hey, you got a house up listed on the market? I'm not going to do that. No, because I'm telling you, it's very stringent. But you need a deal. You got to get it done. It's the way to go. partner with the realtor, get the realtor, speak with the realtor, find out what the realtor is looking to do with the property. If he lists it on the market, or if he's got a buyer's list already, then you can consider it done. But he's got an auction. It's on our portfolio list. So most common in this case, the house is just going to be listed up until about close to the date, and they're going to have to make a decision. So I wanted to give him a little bit of timing to see what the realtor can do. I believe the realtor can perform. I believe people do great with what they have. So he's got a little bit of time. So he's got till about September. So I'll shoot him a call maybe about 2 weeks out, somewhere in that ball field, just simply to give a new freshener and see where he is and see where the status is. All right, so let's work on the next one. So overall good call. Got a lot of critiquing in it. A lot of critiquing I need to do in it. I started off. If I was to critique it and do it better, I wouldn't so much as start off with just, blah, 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 like I did, like a speed racer, right? I would just commonly just call him, because this is probably one of my team. In fact, this is one of my team member leads that we were doing a follow-up on. But in fact, we haven't really thoroughly discussed if this was something of a tangible lead, simply because he's had a realtor. So in the case may be, give it a few days, see what's going on. If you get any action, he said no. So that was good to hear. That he hasn't got any action as of yet. It's just freshly listed, so it's going to take some time. And that's why it's imperative to let these individuals know. It's like, hey, your house isn't going to sell overnight, especially when an individual is facing financial troubleshoots, and their decision is prior to actually acquiring the attorney. I let them know it's not going to be an overnight sell. And if you're expecting it to sell within the time frame, I can let you know now the days on the market average as of today is about 90. So you're listing your property with the expectation of selling it within the time frame is not commonly so. But I trust them. I trust my realtors. So I know if I trust my realtors, I'm just hoping that there's other realtors out there that can actually facilitate in the manner that my realtors do. And if they are, I know they're going to get it closed. They're going to get it done. So there's no point in stepping on anybody's toes. Let them make their money, and he gets out of his challenge. My realtors, they're going to get it done. So I'm just hoping the same for him. And we'll call back in due time to follow up. So I'm going to do a nice little caveat here and let the team know that they were contacted. And that the confirmation was made that they are listing the property, or pardon me, that they haven't gotten any bites as of yet. So it's just important to pass this information on over to my teams. Communication is key in evimeriaexpresshomes. We don't go a day by without letting each other know what's going on. If one of our team leads got to leave for the day, then we make sure that they don't leave until we have the next resources that are necessary for the next individual that's coming in, so that they can come in and they can make notations of what they need to do so that they can prosper. We don't want to leave anybody on the blind side or lead anybody to be blindsided. We want to make sure that they are properly vetted before they make their callings. And in many cases like these, where I'm just doing the cold calling straight off the scripts, and I'm grabbing them from various places that they may be. In my I guess you're saying my circumference of being able to pick up a lead and get it dialed immediately. I like to keep the common flow of being able to have a lead readily available, give them a call, see where their challenge is at, and how I can solve it, and constantly do it. That's the only way you get better, is just repetition. So over time, it may sound a little screechy when you first call, and you want to make sure that you have somebody that you can role play with. Maybe your brother, sister, auntie, uncle, sister, brother. Hey, I want to do this role play. It's something I learned through evimeriaexpresshomes, and I think it's going to make us some money. And if it does, I'll break you off a little bit for critiquing my craft. So when we make it big, so that first deal, make sure you go back to those guys and then take good care of them for doing your role play for you. Because the role play, I'm telling you guys, role playing is a absolutely game changer. You role play maybe about a good 30 minutes to an hour beforehand. Get yourself comfortable. If it's early in the morning like me, I drink about a gallon of coffee in the mornings before I get ready. Judge free zone here. Okay. About a gallon of coffee gets me going. About a gallon of a quarter of water. Whatever floats for you. Tea that works for you. Whatever. Let's not get stuck on that beverage choices. But let's talk about real estate choices. Talk about your team. Your team's going to help you get across the goal line. A communication is effectiveness. It's a leadership maximum. In order to effectively lead, you have to communicate. In order to communicate, you have to be able to be in the means of comprehension. You have to understand where your teammate is, where they're looking to go, and how you can potentially get them there. So the difference in where they are currently today, where your team is today, and where your team is attempting to get to, that middle ground is called growth. So you want to make sure whatever you're capable of is that you're exemplaring it as the leader, so that you can provide that growth for your team. All right, I'm gonna call him 9:45, just about that time. And I'm gonna call him. So this date's not to the 9th of September. Yikes! Yeah, he's got some time. Yeah. He's got some time. 1, 2, yeah. Trying to give you guys the fundamental basis to get you guys with the rocket parabolic start, especially so you guys can have some success. So in the calendar, I keep it super simple. And I may have showed this in one of our previous videos. Address, or pardon me, the very top when you start out, always. And I also keep a handy dandy too. Somewhere near me. I'm old school, guys. Oh, shucks. I'm old school, guys. Handy dandy. I keep 2, 1 for me, 1 for the business. I don't do that to impress upon you, to boat, but I just do that to impress upon you that it's all in about accountability, and it's chock full. I promise you, it's chock full. It's not empty. I do that to enlighten you and letting you know that this is where we separate the actual goods from the greats. We actually put everything pen, pad, paper. It's just super simple. Keeps everything organized. Keeps everything in tangibility, and you can touch it. Cell phone dies, you can't do nothing about it. You just got off the phone with a seller, you can't do anything. You don't know anything about that seller. You're stuck in the middle of a conversation. You had to pick up another phone call. You forget what you was last talking about. Don't know what the conversation was about. You didn't write anything down. It's just communication. And to have effective communication, you also want to reflect on what the conversation was about, and also hearing what the other individual is stating. If you listen twice more than you speak, you can always hear what the challenge really is before they even blurt it off their mouth. And that's the most important key that you're probably going to hear. So bookmark it. Don't leave the live chat just quite yet. We haven't gotten through our full calls. So let's go ahead and get to the next one. Let's see what we can get rocking and rolling for you guys. Ooh, and the site finally came up. 3 hours later. Oh, I kind of rambled on that one. My apologies. So at the very top of our calendar, where we are. So the foreclosure, I do foreclosure, do the city, state. I do the timestamp of the actual date of the foreclosure, because I'm going to make 2. I'm going to make 2 repetition because we're learning. I'm going to do 2. I'm going to make 2. I'm going to make 2 events, because the very first event is strictly solely for the actual foreclosure date. It is to keep yourself up to date on that individual sale. That's it. Strictly it. Right? The very second one you're going to do, and of course, decide the description. And I'm going to get into the second one in a moment. In the description, what you're going to do is you're going to put the address, you're going to put the foreclosure, you can put the date, you can put the time, you can put what you're seeking to do with the property. If you've already done your homework on it after you got off the phone with these individuals. I do my homework before. I don't even call these individuals. Being as though that we're on a live stream, I wanted to kind of condense it a bit. But by the time I get off of this call, I already know which leads were implemented for this evening, and I also know what leads are going to be needs to be updated into our portfolio. And again, organization means everything here in our business. We almost have to have a pinpoint. We need to have it down to a science. I am a firm believer in having scientific theories with logical executions. And then inside of your description, what you want to have is the actual date of the auction. So maybe someone may come in and need to copy and paste the entirety of what's going on with the case, maybe with the property. So they could copy it, they could paste it, they could place it somewhere else. By strictly going inside of the description of your calendar. We want to keep everything close niche of what's going on, and keep a very detailed notation of what's going on at all times and current what's going on with the property. The next thing I have is the actual the numbers that work. In the library, we have a skip tracing database. So you can go into the skip tracing database. Again, you got to click down in the banner to gain access. Shoot us an email. We're going to get a site up for you guys. So that you guys can get quicker access. You don't have to send an email. You just simply go and click buy and have your own confidential transaction that's going on. For now, we're going to do it the traditional route. You guys request, I send, and you guys have. Super simple, and you get a receipt just for happenstance. So the next thing you want to have is the timing, which you should already have at the top. So I'm going to remove that. I'm not so completely sure why I had that up there twice. And then at the very bottom, I have the actual email of the individual. Again, I get all this information. Some of this information is already in place by our team members. Once it's in, we can go in and have a lot of this information up to date. For the purpose of this live stream, wanted to do it in a manner whereas I've never spoken to these individuals, in which I haven't. And I wanted to keep it super simple so that you guys can actually pick up on a lot of what we do so that you can have that success as well. But I want to make sure I break it down to a fundamental level that you guys understand what we're doing here and how we're actually solving the property owner's challenge in exchange for ownership and control of the property. So far where we are in this 90-day challenge of cold calling. So we've already talked about buyers. We've talked about sellers. We've been talking about, what we're doing, what our purpose, what our mission, and what our goals are, what the objective is. We know that we're doing 50 phone calls a day. We're here in Evimeriax, we do 80. We know that we have a lead-based service that we want to make sure that we comply in assurance the leads that we are gaining are individuals who are actually seeking to have a service provided. They're not just somebody that's just asking to be tossed a number. Yeah, I'm going to give you $100,000. I'll give you $100,000, and I come to the house, and the house is like in disarray. I'm not a huge firm condoner of that. I've been caught in a ton of ridiculous contracts. Just didn't make no sense. They're on an agreement. They feel compelled that they're in agreement. It's unethical. Just stay out of it. It's super simple. That's how you keep your hair clean. That's how you keep them out of your hair. It's just super simple. If you got a buyer's list, you're ready to go. Then when you go out and get the seller, you bring the seller in, then you can close on a deal. So where we are currently in this call, on this live, at the very endings of your calendar, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the notification settings down there as well. I changed my event colors because I'm a colorful guy. I'm very handsome. You can read me. So it's always important to make sure that you place your whether if you're busy or you're free at that moment. If you're dealing with your clients, make sure you have it properly set. Default public, private. I always keep it on a basis depending on who I share it with. If it's public, it's for everyone who's a part of our team. If it's private, then me and that joint venture would only see it, not the entirety of the team. 2 beds, 2 weeks, 1 week, 5 days, 1 day is generally where we want to be in our contacting with these individuals, just so that they can know when we call that we spoke before, we kept good notes, and we were ready to go when the tiding is due to come in, for the individuals to properly be vetted as a client and then to be properly processed as a client. Because they're just still leads before they're not even clients until we actually vet them. It's a safety feature. I've dealt with enough clients that I have made a decision of who I will work with and who I just will absolutely just pass off to another individual simply because it's not worth my peace of mind. It's just more simpler. You're more than open to figuring it out yourself. Fucker, I'm getting monetized. F around and find out. And you'll kind of tend to you'll catch on quickly who's actually genuinely seeking help and who is actually looking to abuse your time and abuse your systems. So just for a little caveat of the word of the wise, and that is how we do our calendar. So you're going to save that. Now, the second date that I stated that you're going to put in is going to be a duplicate of that very first one you did. Now, the only difference of what you're going to do in this one here is you're going to change it from where it says at the top foreclosure. And in fact, here, I'll share my screen so you guys can see it, so it's not looking like I'm all over the place and I'm that guy from what movie was that? Was there Party X? Was that Party X or Pineapple Express? One of the movies where the guy was like all over the place trying to explain stuff. No, I want you guys to actually see this, get it in real live time. I don't hold no bars. I'm just a straightforward guy, straight shooter. And let's see. And we're going to go to the calendar. Calendar. And I want you guys to be able to see the calendars on this. Okay, so you guys calendar now. Foreclosure calendar looks like this for evimeriaexpresshomes. So what we do is we just come in, we type. It says foreclosure for this one. That was for the very first one, but for this one, I'm going to do property inquiry. Because again, once they're out of pre-foreclosure, it doesn't mean that their problem stopped. It doesn't. It doesn't mean they caught up on their finances. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that they gave themselves some breathing room, whether it be a means of a delay or a modification or some sort of exchange of verbiage amongst the lenders where they were granted some leeway of timing to get their endeavors in order before they're going to restart that auction time clock all over again. So for the sake of this video here, because I know I'm running a little bit late on time and I want to get another call in before we round this one off. So as you can see, this is going to be their date, and really didn't want to name and information out there, but we're going to find a way to get that blanked out. Name, date, time, or put the timestamps in here. Assurance that that you're following up. Notification is 2 weeks, 5 days. I do a week, and then I do the day before. I really like to find my timing, whereas I can give it a little bit about 5 days to give the lender some timing without giving that one away. Again, that was listed on the market, so it's not really, I guess it wouldn't be too much of a havoc. So we're going to undo that one. We're going to do, oh, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. This one here needs to be made into a duplicate. And this one here is going to say property inquiry. And it's actually going to be 2 weeks out. My apologies. So 2 weeks. Early in the morning. Green. Green means you got it. Value. And that's all I would like to see. That's it. Short, sweet, to the point. Give them a call. Works out. Great. If it doesn't, hey. Hope that all works for you. And if anything changes, give me a call back. Short, sweet, to the point. We don't want to overdo it, overcomplicate it. All right, so let's drop that and come back. Good. So let's do a full screen, maximize, sweet. All right, we're still live, fastest book. We're still live on Twitter. Thank you for viewing. If you guys are viewing, you guys are getting some good content out of this. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you guys are needing some one-on-one help, again, the check is here. You just got to make it written out to yourself and change your financial future by getting access to the Evimeria library exclusively at evimeriaexpresshomes@gmail.com and or DM me, and I can get you squared away. So without further more, let's go ahead and see if we can get another call in before the roundings off of this evening. Because again, you guys know I don't do it past 9 o'clock. Like it's just not happening, pimp. Oh, pardon me. It's just not happening, sir, ma'am. Gotta have the right address.
Please leave your message for. Please leave your message for
James Beecham.
Again. All right. I guess that is not a number. All right, and we are shyly coming across the 9 o'clock hour. So I wanted to get one more in, but I guess we won't do it this evening. But with that be due, it seems as though that we paid our dues again. So I do appreciate you guys for viewing. Please like, comment, subscribe if this was of value to you. If you learned something new, or you just enjoy watching a handsome man on the screen in a small little box on your leisure time this evening before you're drawing nigh in the evening, and the lad is before you, and it's appreciative. So I do want to let you know that it is, and it's before you. So without that note, if there's any hearts, minds, and clear, everything is clear. I do appreciate you guys for viewing me. It is the I am Urban Malachi-RESEAN, and this is evimeriaexpresshomes. If you guys have any challenges and you are looking to solve those challenges in exchange for ownership or control of your property, and or if you have some equity that you would like to encapsulate inside your property, you just need somebody to come in and underwrite your note, I'm here for it. I have it. You got it. If you guys need it, we are the resource. So without further more, that seems like it will do for this evening. See you guys. To the next one. Until the next one. Guess I'm gonna dance with something out because I don't like no movement with my last minutes of my videos are just like really empty. It's like a really dull moment. Nope. Not much of a dancing guy, but very classy though.